Hi guys, and welcome back to Tennis Pass Bros. In today's video, we're going to be doing day 4 of the live Olympics updates for the tennis event. So we've been doing this every single day, talking a bit about the upsets, like the matches going on, like crowd favourite, etc. So today, we're going to be talking a bit about the couple of matches, maybe some upsets, close matches I went on. So just wait for a couple of people to join. I'm gonna promote it on Discord. So today is just me because Alexis, he's at a tennis tournament. He is representing our club in the league game. So he'll be doing that now. I played a tournament earlier, and I won my first and lost my second, so that was pretty good. But today, his main focus is the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So today we will be talking a bit about obviously Naomi Osaka. She had a big upset. I think Donna Vekic also lost. So we'll be talking a bit about that. So we are live now. Okay, so here we go. So we've got 3 people watching. Awesome. Right, so having a problem today with putting on the stats, I think. On the screen normally, Alex does that. But oh, I've got it. Okay. Brilliant. So today Ivashka from Belarus, he played against Kukushkin. So obviously we talked a bit about that match yesterday when Alexis was here. So I said Ivashka would win in 3 sets. So I was right. So he won 6-7, 6-3, 6-3. Oh no, yeah, he won 6-7, 6-3, 6-3. He will now be facing the Japanese, the home favourite, Kei Nishikori, who's in great form. He's done a singles and doubles event. So he beat the American Giron 7-6, 7-5 in the tie-break, so a very close tie-break. 3-6, 6-1. To be honest, that's definitely more close than I thought it would be. I thought he'd win in a 2-set, as I mentioned yesterday. But I think that's a very good performance from Giron. Obviously, Nishikori may have been tired. He's been doing singles and doubles, so that's a very good effort from him. So I think we have just got some comments. So here we go. Right. Anubhav Kaldor, hello. Olivier, hi, how have you been? Pranav, yo bro, what's up? Yo, thank you very much for joining. This time is just perfect for me. Okay, what time is it for you? So, we have 8 people watching. It's pretty good start. So, we'll be going back to the draws. So, as I was mentioning, quite good performance for Giron. Don't really know. He's not really ranked high. Neither is Nishikori, but in his prime, he was hell of a player. So, I think it's quite good to see him. He's coming back, I'd say, slightly. He's climbing up those rankings. So, that's a very good effort for him, and I'd like to see him try and get back in like the top 20, top 30, hopefully, because obviously he's not that young anymore. Just looking at his age, I think he's about he's 31 in fact. So yeah, he's not young anymore, but he's still getting those results for now. So that's a good effort for him. Okay, so moving down in the draw, we've got. Most of the matches have already been played from the second round, but there's the last couple, and here is 2 big upsets in a row. So we have the French Jeremy Chardy. He's knocked out the number 11 seed from Russia, Aslan Karatsev. I would have loved to watch that match. So he won that 7-5, 4-6, 6-3. That would have been a very exciting match. We talked a bit about him yesterday, me and Alexis, and we mentioned that depends on Karatsev's day. He might not have had the best match, but I mentioned Jeremy Chardy. you can never predict with him. He's a very tough guy. He either plays so good. I mentioned yesterday, Roland Garros against Tsitsipas. We watched that match on TV. That was a very good match. But then sometimes you don't hear about him. But I think he's got a good chance because now he's got Liam Brody, who made a very big upset. Probably more of an upset than Chardy against Karatsev. He beat the number 7 seed, informed player, Hurkacz. He's playing very well. He did well Wimbledon. He won Miami, 2 big tournaments. So he won that 7-5, 3-6, 6-3. And actually, thinking about it, like Liam Brody, he has not had the easiest draw. So that's a very good effort from him. He's the last one in the English draw because Norrie and Evans didn't participate. I think both they had caught COVID, so they're having to self-isolate. So very good effort from the Englishman. He'll now face Jeremy Chardy, which will be a very good match. So we have a comment saying, well, Naomi was a huge upset, or maybe not. Typical WTA. Yeah, I'd say that is an upset. Vondrousova, she's been doing pretty well. She did well in the Roland Garros, but of course, it's a complete different surface. So you couldn't really say that. You can't really say that it was because of the clay, but because yeah, she normally does well on the clay. In the bracket draw, I put her to go quite far. I think about semis. But yeah, you don't know what to expect of her either. She's one of those players. So yeah, I think that would be an upset. Freaking 1 a.m. Wow, that's some dedication. Adam Glynn, hey, let's go. Thanks so much for joining. Good job, mate. Thank you so much. Karatsev lost, damn it. Yeah, that was a big upset. That nobody predicted that. But Chardy, the Frenchman, he's definitely living up to the French expectation. Obviously, representing France is a big honour. I'd love to do that. So even to get to, I think he's now in the 3rd round. Is pretty awesome because obviously he's not young either. He's older than Nishikori. So I think he's trying to make a bit of a comeback. He used to be much higher ranked than he is right now. So yeah, he's doing well for himself still. I know he's obviously he works at Morasco Tennis Academy. I think he's like a director there. So yeah, he's got a nice life there. Good to see Kei Nishikori making a comeback. He's had some bad injuries in the past at the worst possible times. Yeah, I mean, a couple of years he was out due to wrist injury. He's still trying to come back now. But I think it's never too late. Obviously, he can still have years on the tour. You don't know that. Because, of course, Federer's still going, age 39, so he's 8 years older. So potentially, if he carries on until like Federer's age, he'll still have another 2 Olympics to go. I'd like to see him go on that long, to be honest. He's a great player. But yeah, I mean, it's never as worse as Del Potro, though. Del Potro's just been the worst with injuries. It's very sad for him. He's got some home support. Japan doing really well at this Olympics. Yeah, Pranav, you're right. Obviously, we're going to go into doubles later. I'm not sure exactly how they did, but I know he played doubles as well. Nishikori today. So yeah, they're doing well in the Japan in the Olympics. The table so far is obviously Japan are first with 18 medals overall. So 10 gold, 3 silver, and 5 bronze. United States in second. They've got 9 gold, 8 silver, and 8 bronze. China's in third. 9 gold, 5 silver, and 7 bronze. Russia just behind with 7 gold, 7 silver, 4. And then Great Britain, they're climbing up the table. They've moved up to 5th after some good results recently. So they've got 4 gold, 5 silver, and 4 bronze. So overall, they got 13. that is the table so far. So yeah, they're doing quite well, Fernando. You're right. Sad for Karatsev fans. Yeah, for sure, it's definitely a big upset. But like Karatsev, he did well at the beginning of the season. Well, obviously, he's quite high ranked still, I would say, for the race for touring. I mean, not anymore, but he was top of that, so he's having some good results. But yeah, it's a big upset. Where is Alexis? Alexis is competing in a league match for his club, so unfortunately he won't be here today. That only starts at 6:30, so he won't join anytime soon. So you've got me today. um, yep. On the other end, India. Yes, of course. Um, waiting for some boxing and wrestling matches. Hopefully, our silver gets upgraded to gold. Yeah, the boxing will be interesting. Um, wonder. I don't really know who's the best in boxing. I don't watch it normally, so I watched a bit the skateboarding, the triathlon yesterday, and then a bit sailing. But apart from that, not much. I've been busy with some tournaments. Busy with obviously I haven't really been able to watch either because the tennis is my favorite event, obviously. But that's awkward times. So that's why I've been doing this because for most of Europe, unless you're up early, they don't see the matches. So yeah, Roger is 40. He's unreal. Yeah, it's mad. One of the like oldest singles players. But I mean, if he's still getting the results, why not? He might as well just continue. Because yeah, if he's still doing good in Grand Slam, still earning the money, then what would be the point to retire? Like he's still fit. He's still doing pretty well. So yeah. Yeah, of course. And with yeah, he's had two knee surgeries. That's pretty remarkable. Because obviously he hadn't played much practice on the grass before Wimbledon. He didn't really play too many match experience after knee surgery. So yeah, Wimbledon quarterfinals. Yeah, match on the tour leading up, and again, yeah, a year and a half though. That's a very long time. So he could have lost momentum maybe, and for a big tournament that's not what you want, but he did quite well. Yeah. um Apparently these sports only become popular during the Olympics. Yeah, I mean, skateboarding, they're not in much, they're quite new to most things. So hopefully I'd like to see paddle in a couple of years in the Olympics. That seems to be quite popular right now. I know some clubs near me are planning on like constructing some paddle courts. I think that's an awesome idea. And in our club, there's one paddle court right now, and it's always booked. So it's growing nicely, yeah. And Djokovic hitting gold mode, 3 Grand Slams, going for gold and US Slam. Yes, 2011 2015 are his peaks, but don't understand why 2018, late 2021 ain't the peak. He's more complete player now. Yeah, I don't know really. I think 2013, obviously, he like changed his diet, changed a lot towards his game. I think that's when he went up. But 2018, he's still obviously doing very well. He's still like dominating the tour. But obviously, no, when back in the day, he was very good. It's a bit like Songa, I'd say. It's like Songa back in like 2011, 12. He was very high ranked. Um, yeah, so but obviously he's dropped now. He's not getting the results anymore. But yeah, Junior Tennis Stars, hi. Thank you very much for joining. That's a surprise, yes. Alexis, he's playing a league match for our club. So that won't be finishing until late. So you have me today. He's playing out of this world, man. The likes of which we have never seen before. Yeah, I mean, Djokovic, he's he's doing very well. He's winning still everything. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait. I'm waiting for a youngster to come through. I don't think it'll be long until I think like Tsitsipas or Medvedev or Rublev or Zverev, one of those guys. Obviously, there's much more. Just naming a couple, much more before they dominate the tour. But I think for now, they've still got a couple more years to go. They're doing quite good. They're still up there dominating. So yeah, it's a good effort. You're commentating solo. Looking good, bro. Thank you very much, Junior Stars, for the support. Hope you stay on here for a while. Imagine him winning all 4 slams this year. Olympic gold, like undisputed GOAT, right? And to imagine I'm a Fedal saying this. I mean, yeah, it's only ever been done once by Steffi Graf. That was years ago. But I mean, he can do it, obviously. Um, yeah, he's definitely good enough. Especially lots of players are missing this year. Lots of top players. I mentioned them all yesterday, but to name a couple like Wawrinka, he's not on his best, but he's still obviously a good competitor when he plays very well. Um, Federer, Shapovalov. Shapovalov's he's not actually like that highly ranked, I'd say, considering his level. I'd say he should be around number 8 in the world. I think he's a fantastic player. I love watching him. He obviously got very close against Djokovic in Wimbledon. He lost straight sets, but like the score is so close. It could have gone either way. It's just like a couple of points here and there and a tie break. But like this is what makes them special. Those like big three. They dominate the tie breaks, and like at 4-all, that's when they step it up and they play so good, and it's just like unplayable hardly. Um, and schooling Rafa on clay, except those first few minutes, that was some clay court domination. Don't let Rafa play his natural game on clay, which very few players can do. Yeah, I mean he's only ever been beaten 3 times now, twice by Djokovic, um, and one by Robin Sterling. That was a big upset that day years ago. But I mean, it's very hard against Rafa on the day here. He hits lots of spin, it kicks up, and then he goes very flat. So not easy to play. I can understand why everyone struggle against him, but he's gonna dominate still. I think next couple of years. I think this year, fair play to Djokovic. He played very good, but yeah. Gene Tessars, have you already talked about the mixed doubles? Sorry, joined a bit late. No problem. Not yet. We mentioned a couple of the singles matches. But Liam Brody, the big upset. He beat Hurkacz in 3 sets. Jeremy Charty being Karatsev. Those were a couple of the big upsets from today. And that's were most of the matches. Obviously, Haganov from Russia, he played against the Australian Duckworth, where he won that 7-5, 6-1. And then moving down the draw, obviously, Tsitsipas and TFO. We were talking about that quite a lot actually because they played in Wimbledon a couple of weeks before this, and obviously that's where TFO got a big upset. So we were mentioning whether he could do it again, but Tsitsipas on top form, the Greece just dominating 6-3, 6-4 that match. So yeah, those are the matches for today. So for tomorrow, the third round of the tennis men's singles for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, we have Novak Djokovic, #1 seed, facing David Fokina. Nishikori against Ivashka. I'd love to see him win that and face Djokovic. That'll be a hell of a match. Let's see. It'll see like how much the home advantage really is. I mean, when you're facing #1 in the world, and like without a crowd, there, it's not that much of an advantage to be honest. I'd say, but it's still some sort of advantage, which is good. He's been performing better right now, so that's very good for him. He's had some good results. Zverev Bastashvili, that also been an exciting one. Chardy and Brody, I don't know to be honest. They're both like similar game styles, slices, serve and volleying. They're both. I think Shadi is better ground stroke wise. He's a bit inconsistent, Brody, I'd say, but he's had some big matches, so we'll see for that one. That might be a 3-setter. And then moving on in the draw, we've got Schwartzman against Hakanov. Obviously, Schwartzman, he didn't do too bad in Wimbledon. That's probably his best tournament. He hasn't been performing very well this season. Even on the clay, that's his favourite surface. He's been struggling there. But yeah, Hakanov obviously doing very well in the Olympics, getting very far. So we also have some comments. Yeah, next gen needs to replace the big three in their prime. Yeah, I mean, I would still say Federer doesn't have long. You never know with him. Well, he might retire tomorrow. He might retire in 2 years. But I think he won't have the results as before. I think similar to Wimbledon, maybe like quarters. He'll still win like ATP 500s, I'd say. He's obviously good enough for that. Even probably, well, it would be good match. It would be different in that 1000s because the level is always very high there. But Djokovic and Nadal, they're still like 34, 35. They've still got years. They'll still be there. They'll still dominate for a while. Most surfaces. Sorry, but next gen is trash. Hope you or Alexis may dethrone Djokovic someday. Ha! That'd be so good. Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's too bad. I mean, they've got a lot of very good players. I mean, Tsitsipas, he's already beaten Nadal, Federer, and I think even Djokovic, he's already beaten them all. There's Zverev. Zverev sorts out his serve. He's a top player. Obviously, Medvedev, he's beaten them all, I think, as well. So they all do it. It's just sometimes in those big matches, the tight matches, they always win the big three just due to experience. They can play at those tough times very well. So that's the difference. But yeah, I wouldn't say they're bad. There's even like a next generation after that, like Musetti, Holger Rune. They're also some good names. They'll be on the tour for a very long time. But also Kiki Bertens today. Well, yesterday actually, she announced her retirement from tennis. So obviously Kiki Bertens wasn't old at all though. I think it's also because she's been on the tour for so long. Yeah, she's actually only 29, but she's been on the tour since I think 2008, I'd say. Let's have a look. The actual, just looking on the. So she's been on the tour. Where is it? She's been on the tour since 2009. So I mean, 12 years since she was like 17. I think it's sometimes it's kind of tough to obviously keep on training all the time. Like all the injuries, she's had a couple. And I think the main reason was just because she hasn't been getting the results she hoped to. She's been struggling a lot with like winning matches. Obviously, her career high was May 13, 2019, when she was number 4 in the world. She's got 11 million prize money. She won 443 matches out of 284. She won 10 titles. Her current ranking is 24 in the world, so it's still not that bad. But yeah, she had a great career, so congrats to her for that, and good luck for the future. All that big mouth by Tsitsipas after the Roland Garros final, only to get knocked out first round Wimbledon. Yeah, I mean, Tsitsipas though, he's been doing very well in performances. He deserves a break. He's been training very hard, having to do very well. It's not easy getting to like Roland Garros finals and stuff. So fair play to him. Yeah, I actually quite like Tsitsipas. He's got a nice one-handed backhand. His game is very nice. Yeah, I feel for Hakanov is one of the next gen who never made it huge. After that Rafa's game at US Open, I hoped he'd make it to the top five, but it wasn't to be. Yeah, I mean, he was doing very well. Well, not, yeah, pretty well actually, like top 20. But then I think he had a couple of injuries, and so he um, he wasn't doing as well. His ranking dropped. He kind of struggled to come back, but he's coming back now. But I think also it's very tough for him as he's seeing loads of Russians do well, and he's not like getting the results as well because obviously Karatsev was way behind him. Uh, Medvedev was behind him. Rublev was similar to him. But yeah, that's quite hard for him, I'd say. But yeah, that match in the US Open, that was some match. That was so cool. Yeah, I watched a bit of that. So, by the way, love the tennis video posted by you today. Good game. Is the court clay or cement? It's like grey clay. Yeah. Yeah. Talking about that. For those of you who haven't checked it out already, me and Alexis played a tiebreak today. So that was a bit of preparation for some tournaments coming up. We've got like the whole week, next or Sunday onwards, regionals. So that was a very close tiebreak. Those that have not seen it, check it out. There's some great highlights in there, great points. Agree. Love today's video as well. Great game, close score. Was this on the American clay? Yeah. That's like kind of the problem with American clay is uh, it's obviously American clay. It never rains there, and so the problem with that is it always rains here. So because it rains in England, the clay are out of use for like 2 days nearly. If it rains like a lot, because obviously then the courts aren't adapted to the rain, because it hardly rains in America. So it's very good. In our club, there's indoor courts. Great video, bros. Thank you very much, Andemire. Oh, I see it. So, I think we're gonna go through some women's now, as you've all been waiting for. I'm gonna be mentioning about Osaka. Of course, she had a very big upset, but I will touch on that right now. So, just show the stats so you can all see. Right. So some of the matches that played today was the number 16th seed, um, Pavlyuchenkova. She played against the German Friedsmer. She won that 1-1. Actually, I think these are all yesterday's matches. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, these are yesterday's matches, of course, because they're a day ahead. So here we are. The third round. The Spanish who beat uh, Ashley Barty in the first round, then went on to beat Ferro, playing very good, on good form. She lost, unfortunately, to the 13th seed from Russia, Pavlyuchenkova, 6-1, 6-3. It's a bit of an annihilation. I think because also she played a doubles match before this. She must have been very tired. And I mean, she's had some big results. She'll be happy with this, even if obviously she wanted to win that. But yeah, I mean that's just how tennis works. Pavlyuchenkova, she's also been doing quite well. I'll give that to her. She's had I think a couple of three setters. Um, we also have the number 8 and the number 9 seeds faced off. So number 8 seed, Krejcikova from Czech Republic. She faced Bencic from Switzerland. So she lost. So she won the first 6-1, lost 6-2, 6-3. Bencic actually neither. I don't think has had the best season. I mean, I haven't heard much about her. I think her rankings dropped. Um, she she hasn't been doing well in those big tournaments. I wouldn't say. I haven't heard much of her at Wimbledon or Roland Garros. But her ranking's still quite high. It's number 12. I think that's still pretty good. She's been doing like the Viking International Esports. That's like a 250 where she lost to Golovic, a fellow Swiss. But yeah, so that's a very good tournament for her as well. There's been some players that like haven't been doing the best, but when it comes to the Olympics, they just perform so well because obviously they're playing for their country. They've got obviously Olympics, the Davis Cup, the Fed Cup, representing your country is such a big honor, and they want to do well for the country. So yeah, I mean that's the same with. I mean usually Monfils, I would say I'm one of those guys. Obviously he still gets the results, but he still gets the results in those tournaments, but not recently anymore. He's dropped a bit. Yeah, that's what I'd say. So we move on down. Oh, not Roger Federer. Move on down in the draw. There is Rybakina. She beat Vekic. Saw some people on Discord saying I was an upset. Yeah, some Vekic obviously beat Sablenska, playing well as well. Rybakina, she had like an easier match. She should have been more fresh. I don't think she's been playing the doubles either, or neither of them. So she's playing well. We've also got the Belgians finally out after a very good run against the Spanish Muguruza. I mean, obviously, she was definitely the big underdog there, Alison van Uytvanck. But I mean, she's been underdog most matches. Her ranking's about 50th, 60th in the world. It's not too high. She mainly competes in like 250s. Muguruza's obviously a former Grand Slam champion. So but that's obviously a very tough match. She lost that 6-4, 6-1. A very big upset here. So we have the number 5 seeds losing to Georgie Pliskova from Czech Republic 6-4, 6-2. That's a very big shock. I would have never called that. I don't think many people would have. I think most people haven't really mentioned it, to be honest, because the main story was obviously Osaka, the home. It was at her home. She got the home crowd, and so yeah, that was obviously a big shock for everybody. They thought she could go all the way, and a very good match. Definitely gonna watch the highlights after this. Is Svitolina against Sakkari. So I've got the highlights there. Svitolina, she's the number 4 seed. Sakkari 16th. She's been doing quite well, but the last few, hasn't been doing like the best. Wimbledon, I don't know how well she did there. Versus Svitolina, she won 5-7, 6-3, 6-4. So that's a very good tournament. Straight after getting married, Mrs. Monfils, she obviously beat Tomljanovic, who did quite well at Wimbledon also, going to the 3rd round there. So that's a great performance for her. Obviously, she beat the number not she actually she beat the English Raducanu. She couldn't deal with the pressure. That was due to retirement, so she retired, and then she had to play Ashley Barty, which is a tough match. Ashley Barty playing very strong, but Badosa, her streak carries on as she beat Podoroska from Argentina after winning against Swiatek in the round before. She has a chance, I'd say. So she has to now play Vondrousova, who beat Naomi Osaka, the number 2 seed, 6-1, 6-4, in a very big shock. I would never have said that she would win that, although she's a very good player, but she's a very good player. But Osaka, Osaka's very good as well. So, but yeah, I thought that'd be more of a 3-set, I'd say. But yeah, she's playing very good. So, good on her. That's what I'd say about that. So moving on to the doubles for the women's. So Krejcikova had to play Siniakova. Krejcikova and Siniakova, number 1 seed from Czech. They play a lot of doubles together. They had to play Badosa and Sorobes Tormo. They won 6-2, 5-7, 10-5. So she did win her singles, Badosa, but she lost her doubles in a very tight match against number 1 seed. That was very close, so she should be happy with that. That's been a good tournament for her. I'm sorry about Tormo, actually thinking about it. And then moving on in the draw, there was a very nice match where actually, what else was there today? That was about it for I think only like 1 or 2 matches played. But tomorrow there's number 1 seeds versus number 6 seeds. The number 6 seeds are Ashley Barty and Bethany Mattek-Sanders. Bethany Mattek-Sanders, she's quite good in doubles. She plays a lot. She plays a lot of mixed doubles. Yeah, that's right. With Jamie Murray. Jamie Murray, obviously, he's dropped from the number 1 doubles player. Moved down to number 2 now. So obviously, Joe Salisbury's been getting some good results with his partner. There's also the Ukraine their sisters, Kijanok and Kijanok playing Kudermetova and Vesnia. That'll be a close match. Kudermetova is quite a good player in doubles. I've watched a bit on TV sometimes. So that's quite good. So number 14, Mattek-Sanders, and Pegula facing off against the Brazilian. So I don't really know many Brazilian players. Obviously, Marcelo Melo, he's a very good doubles player. But for women's, it's the quarterfinals. That's a very good result. They should be happy with that. They have to face the winner of the other Australian pair, Perez and Stosur, or Bencic and Golubic. I'd say Bencic and Golubic should win that. Obviously, they're very similar level. Also, Bencic plays a lot doubles, sometimes with Federer, so she's got some good experience in doubles. So that's that. But going into the men's doubles now. So we have going up in the draw. Sorry. Today was the end of the second round matches. So Struff and Zverev end up beating Shadi and Monfils 6-4, 7-5. I kind of thought that they would win. Struff and Zverev play a lot more doubles together than Shadi and Monfils. They don't normally play. Wrong thing. Oh no, that's right. So that's that. So moving on. Krajicek and Sandgren, the tennis Sandgren, they're still in. They beat Polasek and Klein 10-5 in the match tiebreak. They now face Zverev and Struff. And then those were the matches for today. I don't think they've yet played the quarterfinals, which I just double check. No, they haven't. But now we're going to move on. So I think the draw was just announced today. There's only 8 players in it, but as Junior Tennis Stars mentioned earlier, they have decided to go along with a mixed doubles event for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So I think that is awesome because obviously, well, not obviously, Wimbledon also did that. and most Grand Slams do that. So I think they should obviously do it more. It's definitely underrated. A lot of players do that, but obviously it can't always, because otherwise they won't be too tired. But I think the Olympics, they just do it all. You're representing your country. Um, it's a great experience. You should just take on the experience and just play all of it. So I think some players are doing that. Some aren't. But so the draw is as follows. So we have number 1 seeds. They are Mladenovic and Mahut. Mladenovic plays more doubles now, I'd say, than singles, getting more results in doubles as well. Obviously, the Davis Cup, no, not the Davis Cup, the Fed Cup, where she played with Carolina Garcia. In fact, they lost, but she's still a very good doubles player. So did Mahut, actually. They both lost first round, so hopefully they don't in the mixed doubles. So they face Vesnina and Karatsev. Karatsev went out, obviously, today. I mentioned that. Vesnina's still in the singles, so she'll have to play both. She's also doing, obviously, the women's doubles as well. Moving on, we've got Kubot, a very good doubles player. And Swiatek, that'll be an exciting pair. They'll have to face the winner of Mahut and Karatsev. They face Badosa and Pablo Carreño Busta. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Badosa chose Pablo Carreño Busta. I mean, obviously he did the singles. I'm pretty sure he did. So he's there anyway. But obviously, I'd say there's some better doubles partners in Spain. Lopez. There's Marc Lopez. There's a couple of others, good ones. But so that's an interesting pairing. I think probably the Polish will win that one. And we have Matic, Sanz, and Ram. Well, that's just such a high pair. They all play doubles, just doubles. Matic sometimes in singles, but very rare. I think they're going to win, even if Krawietz is a good player. Sigmund, I'm surprised as well. Like Krawietz played with Sigmund. Ashun, not really. She's the second German player behind Kerber, but Kerber obviously didn't play. I think she has COVID. But that'll be an exciting 3-set match, I predict. And Djokovic is playing with Stojanovic. I'm not really sure who that is, to be honest. But they are playing on centre court. Looking at the on the WTA, Stojanovic, her ranking is as follows. So she is so Stojanovic playing with the number 1 in the world. Her ranking is, here we are. She's 92nd. So don't know if she's the number 1 Serbian. Haven't really heard much about her. Like, being honest. So she's been on the tour. In fact, for, I don't know, this is her first year, I think. So prize money this year is $450,000 US. Overall, 1 mil. Highest ranking, her current ranking is 92nd. So I don't know, she's 49th in doubles. So I guess that's fair enough. She must play more doubles. So that might be a good pair for Djokovic. Djokovic doesn't play too much doubles, but when he does, it's always very exciting to see, because they hardly ever do. So, and obviously we saw when he played with Murray, Andy Murray, the highlights were so good from that. There's also Muklahon from Japan. He's going to be playing with Shibara, so obviously the home favourite, playing Golubov Golubev, and Shibova from Kazakhstan. Golubev, he did the doubles as well. I think maybe the singles. He didn't do too bad. I think he lost first, second round. But yeah, they'll have a good match against the hosts. Dodic, he's playing with Durac. Also not very familiar, but I think they'll win. They've got to play number 4 seeds, Rublev and Pavlyuchenkova. But I still think the Croatian can take that. Barty and Piers, they're going to win that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe in 3 sets actually, because Zeballos and Podoroska, they're actually quite a good pair as well, being honest. Zeballos getting to quite a few finals in some tournaments, like Roland Garros he did once, I think, and Wimbledon. So he's got some good results in doubles. And then, of course, number 2 seed Zachary and Stefanos Tsitsipas. They are playing Badrowski and Felix Auger-Aliassime. That's not the easiest draw for them, but yeah, so there's only first round, quarters, semis, and then finals. Due to like not many pairs. So I mean that's all I'd like to talk about today. If there's any comments, I might stay on a bit longer. I'm just gonna get the link up for today's tie break. I will put that in the chat for those that want to watch it. I like the title from Alexis. Yeah, he did quite well there. The title, it was the most brutal super tie rate to 10 we have ever played before. We have played against each other. So that was very good. It went past 9-all. I won't give it away what the end score was. So here is link. I'm gonna just put that in the chat now. So those gonna check it out after this. Much appreciate that. If you like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, you press that bell button. Thanks, Olivier, you did a great job. Thank you very much, Junior Chen Stars. Appreciate that. Probably one of my first times doing it by myself at the Olympics. That's pretty awesome. You're back live tomorrow. Yes, hopefully I will be with Alexis. I've got mixed doubles as well tomorrow. So depending on what time that finishes, when that finishes about 5 o'clock, maybe 6. It'll be tight whether I do or not. Or Alexis might start and I might join in, depending how long it is, if there's upsets or not. And also like if there's comments, engagement. Beginning there was quite a lot of engagement, so that's very good. But thank you all for joining.